See, we're going to get into this grand rising reading. All right. Come on in. Come on in to this grand rising reading, guys. All right, we're going to let the sun come out. Yeah, let's get into this grand rising reading, guys. All right. I hope that you're putting yourself first, loving yourself. All right. Yeah. This sun come up. Yeah, I take your information for the sun. Learn how to embrace life and everything that comes with it. Okay, grand rising reading. We're gonna do this grand rising reading. Thank you, Spirit, for being here. All right, thank you for being here. Let's get into this message. Okay, let's get into this message. I have to turn the light on. Hold on, guys. All right, so let's get into this grand rising reading, guys. Okay, we got the Six of Cups. Okay, and we got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. All right, we got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you may be getting some bad news about um, someone who you knew in your childhood, okay? Yeah, I'm getting like somebody, it might be some bad news coming in about a childhood friend or a cousin, somebody close to you, okay? For someone. Some of you are going to realize after you reconcile or get in the energy of, um, you know, people you have raised, okay? For some of you guys, you are no longer close with your children or like people that you grew up with, okay? Yeah. Some of you guys may have been at an event or there's some type of reconciliation that someone is thinking about when it comes to people who knew you in the past, like either as a child, either you raised these people like children, okay? Yeah, there's some realization that's going to come in that these people have not changed, okay? There may be some bad news coming in when it comes to family, okay? Yeah, people from the past are going to try to come in. Like I said, for some of y'all, maybe people that you raised like children. It could be your children. For some of you guys, it could be your parents, okay? This could be old friends. Just people from the past, okay? Some of you guys are going to realize that these people have never changed, okay? And there may be some bad news coming in when it comes to these people, okay? You may have tried to rationalize with someone from the past or like bury the hatchet, okay? But it didn't work out. Like I feel like somebody from the past, okay, that reminds you of your childhood or an old version of yourself. Yeah, let's bring this through. Grand Rising readings, y'all. Okay, I'm doing a Grand Rising reading. All right. Letting the sun come up with us. Yes. So there's been some type of reconciliation with people from the past or a person from the past, or some type of reconciliation that someone tried to force when it comes to people of the past. Okay. So it might be a family event where you connected back with people. It could be a funeral, a birthday, a baby shower. Okay. I just feel like people from the past. Okay. Whether it be your childhood or just simply people who you haven't been around, okay? I'm trying to see some type of reconciliation, but it's not a good idea. Okay? It's not going to work out. Okay? You may be thinking about this reconciliation too because you're not doing anything or like moving forward, okay? I don't feel like it's a good idea to reconcile at this time with people, seeing as though that a lot seeing as though that it's an energy trying to come back and to pull you into the old version of yourself. I feel like these thoughts of reconciliation with these people from the past, it's an irrational decision, okay? It may, like I said, it may be coming from boredom or just sitting or like reflecting, okay? And it's because this energy, these people are trying to come back in that you kicked out. Okay, remember why you don't deal with these people. All right, don't forget why you kick people out. Okay, my motto is you can't retrust nobody. All right, there's no such thing as retrusting anybody. Okay, somebody may be trying to come in like they different. Yeah, somebody may try to be coming in like they different, okay? It says the plot and the plan is being exposed right in front of your eyes. Trust your intuition. Someone may be trying to use your gifts for gain. Don't let anyone use your talents, gift, light for themselves. It's not it's your portion, not theirs. Okay, so people may be trying to come in to manipulate you, use your gifts, okay? Use you, walk over you, okay? Stand on business, keep the same energy when it comes to these people. All right, there is a reason. All right, and I feel like you gonna betray yourself. All right, you gonna betray yourself trying to go back to these people. The enemy is watching close. Okay, these people are enemies and they've been watching you. Okay, I don't care what label they got, mama, cousin, aunt, nephew, niece, grandma. I don't care what the label is on these people. Okay, all we focused on is the energy and whether we can trust them or not. Okay, this reconciliation for you guys, okay, is a no. Okay, these are enemies. Ain't nothing about these people change. They just gonna stick you with the knife even harder. This time they gonna twist it. Okay. Yeah, these people are enemies. I don't care what they label is, okay? Mama, daddy, cousin, aunt, niece, nephew, son, daughter. I don't care who these people is, okay? This reconciliation is bad news. Okay, it's not gonna bring any it's not gonna bring any change. Okay? It's not gonna bring any change. This energy, these thoughts of these people who stabbed you, walked on you, abused you in the past, it's a no. Okay, these people are enemies. Okay, these people are enemies. Give me more clarity on this, spirit. These people are enemies. Okay. We got vibration unmatched. These people cannot match. They do not match your vibration. They don't match where you are. That's why they outside of your energy. Okay, stop bringing people back in your energy because somebody done died. It's a birthday. Okay, now you want to let everybody in and bury all the hatches, even though you can't trust them and they done stabbed you in the back and they done walked over you. Stop betraying yourself, okay? They do not match your vibration. They do not match your energy. Okay? Learn the lesson. All right, if you got to be without these people to get your peace, to get in alignment with your path, that is all that matters. Okay, learn to be able to detach and keep people on the side that they have chosen. Okay? These people have chosen their side. We don't care about no memories. We don't care about how things used to be. What we care about is our respect. What we care about is genuine love. What we care about is the alignment with our path and our purpose and where we going. We ain't got time to be dealing with no opposition and bringing in old people, right, to self-sabotage where we going forward. Okay, so y'all done worked hard to get where you are emotionally when it comes to detaching from these people who have hurt you in the past. Some of these people are your siblings, your aunts, your uncles, your mamas, and your daddies. And because you sitting there bored or you thinking about the past, now you want to pick up the phone and call people who ain't even worried about calling you, who then blocked you. Like, get out of here, okay? We don't give a daggone about no memories. We standing on business, okay? When people pick a side, you leave them on the side. All right? I don't care. It's forever. All right? It's up forever. Okay? When it comes to people who have walked on you, disrespected you, used you, okay? Narcissistically abused you. All right, I don't care what the title is. There is nothing good coming from this reconciliation. So we got the Knight of Cups, okay, and we got the Four of Swords. Okay, we got the Four Swords and the Knight of Cups. It's time to move forward, man. It's time to move forward. Okay? Ain't nobody going back to no people in the past. All right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't care who leave and glitch up out the world. Okay? Bye. Okay? It's time to care about yourself and ride with yourself. Cause who gonna ride with you if you don't ride with you? Okay, they call it mean, they can call it what they want. You gonna stand on business. Okay, you're not gonna let people keep messing with you, pulling on your heartstrings when you know all they want is your money, when you know all they want is to waste your time, when you know all they want is to drag you down and make you feel the way that they feel. All they want to do is abuse you and use you. Okay, why would you reconcile with people who ain't got nothing good in store for you? Okay, yeah. So I feel like there's some offers that may be coming in. Okay, for this reconciliation. All right, don't take it. Okay, there also may be some offers coming in for like new love, okay, new experiences. Okay, if you accept this reconciliation with these people from the past who don't mean you no good, you gonna block these opportunities of moving forward. Okay, you cannot move forward going back in the past. I'm gonna say this again: you cannot move forward when you're stuck in the past. All right, so you need to sit with yourself, remind yourself on why you cut these people off. All right, now you can forgive people, right? You can offer forgiveness for yourself and for others, but re entry is a separate thing. Okay, you're being called not to let these people re enter your energy. Okay, also, this reconciliation or these thoughts about reconciliation may be allowing you also to see whether you have healed from past pain or not. Okay, so analyze the way that you feel, right, when it comes to this thinking about this reconciliation or this reconciliation coming in. um Yeah, this reconciliation coming in from others. Okay, it may be disguised, and people may be acting like they don't know that everybody gonna be in the same place. Okay, make sure you pay attention to who is operating on the opposition. Okay, I feel like the opposition is trying to come back in. Okay, because this energy understands that you are trying to move forward. And this energy wants you to go back to the way that things were. Okay, this energy is very comfortable with you, and it doesn't want you to leave it behind. Okay, these are entities and energies that are so used to being attached to your vessel, okay, to your aura, to your energy. All right, it don't want to leave. Okay, so it's trying to come back in. All right, it knows that when funerals and all this stuff happen, that your guard is down, that you're in a certain emotion. Okay, you're being called to ignore them daggone emotions. They will pass. All right, you better remember the way they stepped on you. All right, because they coming back in to step on you again. Don't you fall for the bull crap and think that these people have changed. Ain't no, they have not changed. They have not changed. Okay, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're doing a grand rising reading this morning, letting the sun come up and give me this information. Okay, yeah, the sunrise is letting us know that the people trying to come back in from the past, baby, and it ain't nothing but bad news and problems attached to it, honey. These people ain't changed. All right, you gonna keep moving forward in your life. Okay, this is what we gonna be worried about. All right, new love, new opportunities. Okay, yeah, we got the narcissism trying to come back in. Okay, we got the intuition letting you know about the narcissist. All right, yeah, we got the intuition letting us know about the narcissist. Okay, and for some of you guys, you got to become the narcissist to defeat the narcissist. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. For some of y'all got to become the narcissist to defeat the narcissist. Okay, you cannot defeat the narcissist being nice to the narcissist, baby. That's how you got them. All right? You got to defeat the narcissist by becoming the narcissist, by showing them how it feels. All right? Yeah, so your intuition and your forward movements is all we worried about, okay? There's an offer that's going to come in. All right, there's an offer that's trying to come in, and that's why this energy of the past of reconciliation is trying to come in. Okay, it's something that you're going to learn while you're reflecting, or some of y'all may actually get in these people energy. It's something that you need to learn from it. Okay, it's something that you need to learn from it so you can move forward. Okay, it's not about re-entry. It's a lesson attached to the reconciliation, okay, that's being plotted and planned by others, or you may be trying to think about. Okay, it also, you may also realize that people only wanted you for your money. Okay, you may come to realize that people only want to come back in to use your money. Okay, there's something that this reconciliation is bringing about. It's more about reflection than re-entry. Okay, it's more about seeing something. Okay, maybe something that you need to work on in therapy or heal. Okay, the thoughts of this reconciliation or the events that are being planned around this reconciliation by others, okay, it's going to expose something that you need to know, but that is no good. Okay, that is no good coming from this situation. All right, when it comes to re-entry, these people are blocked. All right, now we gonna take that energy of this reconciliation and we gonna use it to move forward. Okay, we gonna use this energy. Okay, we ain't letting nobody back in. Okay, we moving too far forward. We done work too hard to get where we are. There is no re-entry fee. Okay, there ain't an amount of money to make these people come back and stab you and use you even harder. Okay, so we gonna work smarter. We ain't gonna work harder. We gonna let the enemies and the opposition work for us. Okay, we gonna learn from the past when we reflecting on this reconciliation. And if the reconciliation has been plotted, okay, by others because they want to see the reconciliation. Okay, because for some of y'all, there's people who want to see you reconcile with your enemies. Okay, you need to start questioning if they are in opposition, if they are enemies. Okay, like I said, there's a bunch of things you're going to learn from this reconciliation, but if it is physical and not a mental reconciliation, there is nothing good coming about it. Okay, some of you guys may be getting bad news about the people that you thinking about reconciling with. Okay, and it's just simply because this energy wants to come back in. Okay, these people are thinking about you, reminiscing about you. You know what I'm saying? They miss your money. They miss your light. Okay, they miss the way that you would come in and solve all the problems and then lay down and be the rug. See where I'm going with it? That's what they miss. All right, they don't really miss you. You know what I'm saying? Genuinely, they miss the things that come attached with you. Okay, they miss the pros when it comes to the things that you used to do for them. Okay, when it came to them projecting their abusive ways onto you, that's what they miss. All right, that's what they miss because if it was genuine, they wouldn't be outside of your energy. All right, it's a reason why they over there. Okay, you better get to remembering. All right, why they over there. Okay, don't be a fool and then they do all this stuff to you. Then you be sitting there like, man, I knew I shouldn't have messed with them. I knew there was a reason that I ain't messed with such and such. Okay, just know that if they been pushed out your energy, they ain't no daggone good for you. All right, so there's some type of proposal that's gonna come in because we gonna transmute this energy. We gonna use it for our good. Okay, this ain't nothing but energy. Okay, so we gonna turn this negative energy, these reflections of the past. Okay, we gonna turn this into a lesson. All right, we gonna learn something from it, and if we are, set up and plotted against, all right, and we come to these funerals and things, and them people there, okay, them people there, we gonna transmute that negative energy that they gonna be projecting. Okay, we gonna use it to move us forward. Okay, we gonna create with it. All right, because these social offers, all right, and proposals are coming in. Okay, new job opportunities, new love, new people. Okay, see how the new trying to come in, but the old is also trying to come in. Yeah, because the old is trying to test to see if you're ready for the new. Okay, this old is trying to come in to see if you truly ready for the new. Okay, and you gonna pass the test because I'm here telling you what to do now. All right, I'm here giving you some tips and some guidance. All right, so when this old come in to test you, you gonna block it. All right, you gonna learn from it and you gonna transmute that energy. Okay, and when this new come in, you gonna accelerate with this new. You gonna be ready for this new vibration. Okay, you gonna be charged up. Okay, because you gonna take that energy, you gonna meditate with it, right? You gonna journal out your feelings. Okay, you gonna release some things from the past that's still bothering you. You're going to get in therapy and you're going to express it and let it go. Okay, if there's still hurt and there's pain, you're going to do some daggone releasing. All right, because when this new energy come in, you're going to be ready for it. Fully attached. I mean, fully detached from the past. Okay, you're going to find out that you done left some power over there. Okay, you're going to call that power back from these people. All right, these people just trying to come in because they know that this is coming in, baby. They know that new job is coming in. Okay, they know it. Okay, so allow the new to come. Because, like I said, tugging on you. Letting the past tug on you and learn how to heal the past. All right, let the stress go and restore yourself. All right, take a break. All right, if you feeling overwhelmed because this new is coming in. Okay, this new is trying to come in. All right, I don't know who that is. 4743. What in the world? Shut up. All right. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. You can get up off of here, baby. All right. You better get up off of here. I ain't the 1, 2, nor the 3. Okay, we got they dying in reverse. Listen. We got they dying in reverse. Like I said, bad news might be coming. Yeah, some bad news might be attached to this reconciliation. Okay, I feel like somebody might already have passed on, or somebody may be passing on, okay, in opposition to you. Okay, it's like the more that you living, some of these people are deteriorating. Okay, we got daddy issues in reverse. Okay, we got so for some of y'all, this may be your daddy who is sick, or you haven't talked to your daddy. All right, and your daddy might be sick, or somebody might be about to leave up out of here. Okay, I feel like for some of y'all had daddy issues in the past. All right, that you haven't worked on, or maybe you haven't fully addressed. Okay, yeah, I feel like this daddy issues in reverse. Wow. Yeah, I'm feeling like some of y'all is done with y'all daddy. All right? Some of y'all is done when it comes to your father. All right? Yeah, he may be falling ill, okay, for some of you guys, or passing on. Okay? Yeah, this reconciliation may bring up daddy issues. Okay? This reconciliation, this reflection on the past, or this reconciliation may, uh, you may learn that you still have some daddy issues. Okay, you may learn that you still have some daddy issues, and like I said, we got they dying. All right, so somebody may be, wow, somebody from the past maybe about to leave up out of here. Somebody might be ill. It's like the more that you heal, the more that these people, uh, yeah, it's like the more that you heal, the more that these people thrive. It's like the more that these people deteriorate. Okay, I'm seeing like the more, yeah, we got liberated. Okay, some of you guys have liberated yourself when it comes to these family issues. Okay, yeah, when it comes to your dad, okay, for somebody, you have freed yourself from these daddy issues. You realize you too old to be worrying about a man who's not worried about you. Okay, some of y'all got daddy issues, and like I said, so for some of y'all, your dad may be on his deathbed or ill, okay, or falling sick, and somebody want a reconciliation. It feels like somebody, for some of y'all, wants a reconciliation with a a father, okay, or a father figure because he may be ill, okay, he may be on his deathbed, okay. Listen, it's up to you what you want to do ultimately with your life, okay, but there's some type of bad news coming in when it comes to some of your father or father figures, right, that you may not be dealing with, okay. For some of y'all, you may be dealing with them. Okay, but there's some type of reconciliation. Yeah, there's some type of reconciliation when it comes to a father figure, all right, that you may have had issues with. Look at this, y'all. I can't make this up. Death dead. Death dead. Okay? Somebody's father, or I'm even getting like a mother too. Okay, but I'm getting more like dads. Somebody dad may be dying or on their deathbed. Yeah, somebody's dad may be dying or on their deathbed. There's some bad news. Look, y'all. I can't make this up. The Shanita frequency is right. Okay, I put that card in there when I really need that validation. Okay, listen. Somebody's dad is on they deathbed. Okay, somebody's dad is on their deathbed. Okay, I feel like this person had daddy issues. I feel like this person had daddy issues. Okay, and somebody freed themselves from these daddy issues. Okay, like I said, I feel like somebody isn't dealing with their dad. Their dad is on their deathbed. Their dad is facing death or illness. Okay, and I'm getting the energy like somebody don't care. All right, but other people may be coming in trying to reconcile that relationship. Okay, somebody may be trying to reconcile that relationship. Okay. Give me more clarity on this bird. This is crazy. Okay. Yeah. Yep. There's a plot. Okay. I feel like there's a plot. Even though this is real. Okay. Even though this situation is really happening for some of you guys. Okay. Yeah. We got strategy in reverse. And we got pattern detected. Yeah, we got pattern detected and strategy in reverse. Okay? It's like there's somebody still strategizing around the fact that this mother or father, and I feel like it's more of a father, okay? There's somebody still trying to hide their strategy around this setup. I feel like somebody's trying to set somebody up, use this father's death to reconcile, but they don't have any good intentions. Okay, it's like somebody trying to use a moment of death to reconcile, okay, to strategize, right? And you may see the pattern. You may not trust these people, okay? Yeah, for some of you guys, somebody trying to set you up and use a death, okay, when it comes to a father or a mother to come back in and stab you even harder. Okay, for some of you guys, it was this father figure. Okay, it was this parent. Okay, yeah, for some of you guys, it was this father figure. Yeah, like I said, some of you guys have daddy issues, okay, that you have freed yourself from. But see like a couple of scenarios, okay? I see that some of you guys have daddy issues that you freed yourself from. Look at this mess. Look at this here. That some of you guys have freed yourself from. Look at this. Okay? Look at this. The deck just opened up, went to the three of hearts. Okay? Yeah, some of y'all been stabbed in your heart by your daddy. Okay? Or your mama. All this is coming in. Okay? Death and illness is coming in for your parent that you had issues with. Okay, because like I said, some of y'all is your daddy, some of y'all is your mama. Okay, yeah, death is coming to set in, or sudden illness. Okay, yeah, I feel like death is coming in. Okay, and there's this emotional sadness. There's the emotional sadness. Okay, and it's like people want to play on this sadness. And if this hasn't come in, it may be coming in for some of you guys. All right? It may be coming in for some of you guys. Um wow, there's this overwhelming sadness. Okay, some of you guys had a grandparent that was like a parent as well. All right, and this also resonates for some of you guys. It may be, like I said, a parent figure, a dad, a granddad, a grandmother, a grandfather. Okay, there are people trying to use this sadness around this death or this ill come back in. All right, they're gonna try to come back in, but they have not changed. Okay. They have not changed. These people do not want to see you move forward. All right, these people don't want to see you. Look, the tower coming in, okay, to purify the space. Okay, these people trying to come back in. All right, yeah, they tried to use somebody's funeral or death, okay, to come back in, but the tower said nope. The tower said, "Nope, you, no, 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 no. All right, we gonna come and purify this space. Who coming back in? Okay, who coming back in? No, you're not. Okay, I'm gonna cause destruction of this stuff before it even manifest. Okay, it's like as soon as these people were trying to come in, the tower came in and got rid of them. Okay, it's like they was trying to come in and instantly got blocked. Okay, somebody instantly got blocked. Okay, yeah, these people don't want to move forward. All right, you didn't already move forward. These people don't want to move forward. Okay, these people do not want to move forward. Okay. Yeah, these people don't want to move forward. All right, they trying to use the situation to pull on your heartstrings, to play with your mind. Okay, to pull you back in and back down because you moving forward, because you've been successful with working on yourself, with loving yourself, with putting yourself first. Don't trust this energy, y'all. All right, we got charged for your silence. All right, yeah, somebody don't want you to speak your mind. Okay, yeah, it's like somebody don't want you to speak your mind. Yeah, somebody do not like the fact that you gonna say what you got to say. Okay, some of y'all out there saying what you got to say to these people, letting them know. Okay, letting them know how you feel, what they done to you. Okay, what abuse they done gave you. All right, yeah, some of y'all letting these people know what a TI is. All right, but they want you to shut up. Okay, they would even pay you for your silence. All right, there's somebody willing to pay you to be silent about the things that you know. Okay, but you ain't taking the money. You rather use your voice. All right, yeah, you can't be silenced. Okay, we got portal open in reverse. All right, these people are trying to block this new beginning, this portal from opening. I'm telling you. Okay, there is new coming in. Every time new is about to come in, old is going to try to come in and repeat itself. It is a lesson. Okay, you are going to ace it. You're not going to let titles, memories, okay, none of that stuff is going to pull you backwards. You too strong. Okay, you got too much in front of you waiting for you that you've been praying for, that you've been hoping for, that you've been working on. Okay, these people cannot go with you. Listen to me. These people that you have kicked out of your energy, they can't go where you're going. All right, that's why you striving with them. I don't care if you hit the mega million, baby. They can't get none of the money. They can't go with you. Okay, now if you reattach to these people, you are stopping your forward movement. You are stopping what God has for you. Okay, you are stopping what you want for yourself. All right, and you are going to close the opportunities that have been created because you've been detached. Learn the lesson and move forward so that this portal can open for you. Okay, you got a whole portal opening up for you that's going to lead to a whole new existence, a whole new way of life, okay, a whole new way of being. All right, some of y'all is trying to get out of poverty, and there's a portal trying to open, but them broke family members trying to come back in. Okay, because they know this portal trying to open, baby. All right, they know this portal trying to open, and they trying to jump in that mom with ya. All right, but this, I'm telling you, as quick as this portal about to open, is as quick as it'll close. All right, don't you block your opportunities going backwards because somebody done died. Bye. All right, we all gonna do it. No shade. All right, this is the mentality you got to be in. When you making life about what you want, we don't care who glitching. Sayonara. All right, see you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. All right, we moving forward. We in the forward. Okay, so this portal is trying to open. You better stand on business. All right, we got unique perspective in reverse. Okay, keep your own vision. Listen. You better keep your unique perspective. All right, I feel like for some of you guys, somebody trying to steal your perspective and trying to change it. Okay, there's somebody trying to change the way that you see things because they know that the way that you see things don't include them in it. All right, there is somebody that don't like your perspective. They don't like the fact that you see things different than what they do. Okay, and so they trying to change it to include them in it. All right, we going to keep our own vision. We know what God got for us, right? We know what we seeing. We know that don't nobody see what we see because we blessed enough to see things the way that we need to see them. Okay, based on how unique we are. All right, we don't need people to validate our visions. They belong to us. Okay? We don't need validation when it comes to our unique perspectives. All right? And then they going to turn around and they going to steal your ideas and your perspectives and your visions because they was able to talk you out of changing them. All right, we don't care who see things the way that we see them. We gonna keep seeing them the way that we seeing them because we blessed. All right, with this unique vision that we trying to bring forward that don't exist. Okay, it's a unique perspective because it don't exist. All right, this unique perspective is leading you to this new life, this new bag, these new opportunities. Okay, you unlocking things that don't even exist yet. You thinking of things that don't even exist yet. Okay, some of y'all are inventors. All right, but somebody wants you to change your perspective because they want to steal your perspective. Okay, they want to sell your perspective. Okay, and they ultimately want to clone your energy and be you. Okay, somebody trying to trick y'all up out your opening, your portal opening, your new life, your new beginning. Okay, we got nobody really cares. Okay, in reverse, yeah, the same people who didn't care about you, now nobody don't care what they talking about. You see how that worked? The same people who didn't care about you, about your feelings, about your life, okay, the same people that didn't care, now nobody cares about them. Okay, you see how that work? What you put out is what you get back. Okay, why would we go backwards when there's so much in front? Okay, don't we already know who people are? Why we keep letting them in? Okay, especially when they ain't give a hoot. All right, they didn't give a hoot, nanny. All right, about what we thought, about what we felt. Okay, there's somebody may be faking like they care. They don't really care. You know they don't really care. All right, they call you, dump all they stuff on you, okay? And after talking about themselves for 3 hours, they finally ask you, how was your day? They don't really care. All right, they just doing it to look like they care. They just getting it out the way. See where I'm going with it? They don't really care, baby. All right, and it's very clear that they don't really care. All right, it's in your face that these people don't care. They ain't never cared. They don't love you. Never will respect you. Used you. Walked on you. Okay? Very clear. All right, the veil is off. Okay, we can see it all. It's time to move forward, baby. All right, we're going to take all the energy and we're going to use it to move forward so we can level up in life. Okay, so we can get where we going. So we can get to the promised land, baby. Okay, so we can get that generational wealth, that inheritance. We ain't worried about nobody in the past. All right, let them stay there. They there for a reason, baby. Stop letting them back in. It's clear. Okay? It has become abundantly clear. And it is very clear, okay, where you're going, what you're doing, and who you can't take with you. All right? We ain't taking them people with us. Okay? We got STD in reverse. Some of these people was trying, man, listen. Man, listen. Y'all almost got something, baby. Some of y'all, man, some of y'all was out here having sexual relations. Okay, with people who was trying to give y'all stuff. All right, the S to the T to the D. Not the SWV. All right, but the STD. All right, and y'all done dodged it, baby. You done dodged the STD, baby. All right, you got to be more careful. All right, you got to be more careful who you're letting up in your loins, baby. All right, who you're laying down with. All right, if they don't have a my chart, they don't have a place in my heart. See where I'm going with it? If they don't have a my chart, Shantalamashanda be. All right? They can't get in my heart. See where I'm going with it? Y'all need to start checking them my charts and they need to be up to date. Ain't nobody got time. All right? For his peas, her peas, or anybody's peas. See where I'm going with it? I don't even like peas. All right? I ain't even eat no peas. See where I'm going with it? I don't do no peas. All right? You got to be more careful, baby. Abusive. Abusive. Okay, so I'm getting the energy like this. Like these people y'all done kicked out. Man, y'all done kicked out so many people, man. Some of y'all done kicked so many people up out your energy. Good Lord. All right, been stabbed so many times, baby. All right, there's somebody trying to come back in that was abusive. Okay, this person may be trying to triangulate and use death or use it's like I'm getting the energy like somebody trying to use, yeah, somebody trying to use a death or a situation that is toxic, right? To come back in your energy. It's like a distraction. Okay, somebody trying to use a death or like a illness or disagreements with people that y'all don't like mutually. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody trying to come back in that was abusive. This person was very abusive, but they trying to use, you know, the things that's going on as a distraction to come back in and abuse you again. Okay, if you just kick somebody up out your energy, let them go. All right, don't bring them back in. I don't care if we got mutual ops. Okay, I ain't forget that you was abusive. I ain't forget what you did. Okay, I ain't forget that you mentally and physically abused me just because now you being abused by people. Okay, you want to come back and tell me you being abused, but you been abusive. You've been financially abusive. You've been mentally abusive. Okay, you getting what you deserve. Okay, so there's abusive people trying to come back into some of y'all energy. All right, obesity, baby. All right, there's somebody that, listen, there's somebody, all right, that wants you to stay obese. All right, there's somebody that like you that way because they figure you got low self-esteem, okay? Somebody like, I don't care how fat I am, baby, you ain't about to play with me. All right, but then there's other people who are allowing society's idea of worthiness, right? When it comes to how you look, they are believing that you are below the standard. And there's somebody who knows that, okay, that was abusive to you. Okay, there was somebody who abused you because they figured you were obese and you had low self-esteem. Okay, and they want you to stay that way. They want you to stay that way. Okay, they may influence you to stay that way. Okay, you are being called to drop the weight, baby. All right, for every piece of fruit you pick up, baby, they gonna pick up a burger. Okay, it's all gonna be in reverse, baby. That for every salad you pick up, baby, they gonna eat a large pizza. All right, it's gonna be in reverse. Okay, so start eating better, and you gonna see that this abusive person gonna be fat. I'm telling you, that's what I see. Okay, I'm telling you what I see. For every piece of lettuce you put in your mouth, they gonna gain the weight that you lose. They wanted it for you. Okay, the smaller you get, the heavier this person gonna get. I'm telling you. Pick up a salad, start losing that weight and see where it go. Okay, see where it go. We got he's hiding his sexuality. Man, listen. All right, if I get another down low card, baby, if I get another down low card, the down lows are out here hiding who they are, baby. You got to be careful. All right, somebody is down below. See where I'm going with it? Somebody is more than down low. They down below. All right. They below the standard. Okay. Yeah, they below the poverty lines. Okay, they below average. Somebody is down below. Okay, they more than down low. Okay, kick them up out your energy, baby. You already know they down low. They got all them kids and don't want them. All right, they out there making all them kids to prove that they can get a woman because they know deep inside they want a man, baby. All right, they over there beating up on you and abusing you. Okay, listen, a man who beats on you and abuse you don't like you. They don't like women. I'm telling you. These be the down low men. They love to beat up a woman because they want to be one. All right, they secretly want to be one. These are gay men who aren't strong enough to come out the closet. All right, these are gay men that hate themselves and hate women. Okay, and they hate women because they don't really want to be with them. Okay, but they not strong enough to just be themselves. Okay, so you are being called to release these down low STD given men. All right, they ain't nothing but abusive. Look at that. They ain't nothing but abusive. And you almost got the clap, baby. And I ain't talking about the hands coming together. See where I'm going with it? I ain't talking about the hands coming together. Okay? There's a lot of tambourine shaking down below. All right, you need to let this, listen, you need to let this down low energy go. All right, for you get something that keeps giving. All right, for you get the peas and the corn. How you doing, baby? How y'all doing? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so like I said, there are people trying to come in from all angles. All right, because there is death going on. So people going to try to use the funerals and stuff to come on back in. Okay, they going to try to use the deathbed and the people dying, baby, to come back in. Okay, there's even people plotting to bring people back in through reconciliation because the narratives that they have in their head of everybody coming back together, all right, is all that matters. It don't matter that them people done punched you in the eye, kicked you in the groin, okay, used you, set you on fire, took all your money. None of that matter, baby. All that matter is that we're family. All right? It don't matter that I done set you on fire, told all your business, slept with your man, all right, had a baby by your husband. None of that matters, all right? All that matters is that we're family. All right, that's all that matters. All right, and so the answer is no. All right, the answer is if they at the family picnic, baby, I'm not coming. That's the answer. All right, and so we standing on business. We not even letting these people back in. All right, and for you guys who are out there sleeping with these down low men, baby, go follow the down low whisperer. All right, I did a video on the down low whisperer. Shout out to the down low whisperer for exposing these down low no good men. All right, that's passing broken homes, STDs, and hiding their phones. All right. You take a down low man phone, they might find you under a bridge, baby. That's all I'm saying. All right? So be careful. All right, it's the Shanita frequency. Allow this tower to come in and get rid of these people, baby. Okay, don't be playing with your time refusing to move forward. All right, we got to move forward. There are portals opening and new beginnings. All right, I'm sending my love. Okay, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.